The gadget carried on the weapon outside, ceased to be a debating society and became one of the innumerable secret organizations with which Constantinople was honeycombed. After Mustafa Kemal had finished his examination, he had some weeks on his hands before he was appointed to a post. He was better off than the average officer, for his mother could now afford to send him a regular allowance. He took over the running of the weapon. He rented a room in a back street as an office and a place where the broadsheet could be written up. He arranged the meetings in private houses and the back rooms of cafes where the members came by still watching over their shoulders to see that they were not followed. The secrecy and the danger exhilarated him. He began to learn the technique of revolutionary organization, the methods of forming cells, of testing the loyalty of new members, the use of crypt codes, passwords, signs and countersigns and oaths. All the time the police watched the members to catch them red-handed. This was not difficult, for they were beginners and had more enthusiasm than knowledge. An agent provocateur worked his way into the confidence of the society. At a time fixed by this man, when all the members were assembled to swear in a new recruit, the police rushed the house and arrested them. With the other members of the weapon, Mustafa Kemal was shut up in the Red Prison of Istanbul. His case was looked on as serious. The police had plenty of evidence against him. He was isolated from the others and placed in solitary confinement. The future looked black. If the Sultan thought he was dangerous, he might just disappear, or be imprisoned for years, or exiled. Many men before him had disappeared from the Red Prison without a trace. Zuberga, with his sister, came from Salonika to see him. They were refused permission, but were able to send him in some money. Week after week he was shut up in a narrow cell, which was dirty and worminous. The only light and air came from a small barred window far up in the wall. The confinement bit into his soul and made him savage. One day, without warning, he was taken across the War Office square behind the prison to the office of Ismail Haki Pasha. Well, turned out, despite his weak king-alerting vision, Mustafa Kemal stood to a tension between the two military police. The Pasha started watching him. He was a Pasha of the old regime, bearded, his clothes loose and gaudy, his manners slow and dignified. He was one of the Sultan's men. You have shown, he said at last, great capabilities. You have, if you wish it, a future before you in the service of His Majesty. On the other hand, you have disgraced yourself and your uniform. You have lived with the most disputable companions, gambling, drinking, and littering the loosest houses. Worse than that, you have been disloyal. You have mistaken politics and the subversive propaganda of traitors against your sovereign. You have encouraged your companions to do the same. His Majesty has, however, decided to show clemency. You are young and foolish. You are probably more headstrong and wild than actually bad. You will be posted to a cavalry regiment in Damascus. Your future will depend on what reports are received of you. But you must stop all this nonsense and foolishness and confine yourself to your military duties. Take care. You will not get a second chance. The same night Mustafa Kemal was placed by the police on a sailing vessel for Syria. He was not allowed to see his mother or his friends. After 8 days of rough voyage, he landed at Beirut and taking horse over the Lebanon mountains, joined his regiment in Damascus. He found the regiment packed up, ready to march out against the Russians, who lived in the great mountains to the south of Damascus and who were always in revolt. The expedition gave Mustafa Kemal his first experience of active service, but it was unsatisfactory work for a regular soldier. The country was all barren mountains of rocks, cut by deep ravines and without water or roads. The Druses were few, untamed hillmen who knew every inch of the ground. Day after day, the Turkish troops toiled along the steep tracks, but they could never get to close quarters or catch the enemy. The Druses never stood for a battle. As soon as they were threatened, they moved rapidly and scattered and then sniped continuously night and day from the cave cracks. The most that the Turks could do was to teach the Druses a lesson by burning their empty villages, laying waste their few fields. Then they returned to Damascus for the winter.